Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 6, 7, and 8 of Kakegurui, which means yes, this is a triple episode review. And if you are wondering, for those who are wondering, if you have not been up to date with my Facebook and Twitter, or just seen my previous videos and how there are double episodes and triple episode reviews as well, it's just, honestly, I'll give you a brief explanation that these past few weeks have been super hard on me. I've been super busy. It's been really hectic, especially with the new semester starting, that I have not found the time to be able to make these videos. I haven't even found the time to watch a lot of these episodes. Trust me, I want to do this. I'm not doing this on purpose. So I hope you do understand those reasons and everything, that I'm trying to get caught up with everything. I know I said last week that I'm going to try and get it, pretty much caught up by the end of last week or the beginning of this week, but it's looking more like it'll be towards at least at the latest Friday. So I hope you guys do understand and hope you guys are patient enough to be okay with that, and I should be getting everything better by next week. Everything next week should be back to normal, caught up, episode reviews come out when they should, and yeah, hopefully that does work out like that. But yeah, just wanted to, of course, clarify to those who were wondering why this is a triple episode review and why these are, these episodes are late and everything. And as always, guys, with my double episode reviews, or for this instance, triple episode review, if you guys want to, because I do understand you guys don't care, you may not care to hear my thoughts and opinions on an episode that was 2 weeks ago or even 1 week ago. I understand. If you guys want to skip to the episode 7 portion of the review or skip to the episode 8 portion of the review, in the description below there are time links that you can go and click those, and it goes straight to those episode reviews if you don't really care to hear my thoughts on any previous ones. If you do want to stay along, then that's just awesome. That's awesome, So yeah, let's get on to how I felt about episode 6 of Kakegurui, because this was honestly the episode I've been waiting for. Well, it was the start of it. This was the build up to what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting and wanting the episode where we're going to get to see the crazy girl Midori and her Russian roulette game. Obviously, it's not completely Russian roulette. It's a little different in the fact that it's a pretty damn crazy game nonetheless, obviously. But like, I was not expecting it where it's pretty much like, oh, okay, it's a simple, you have to guess what the cards are on the other side, and whoever guesses, whoever has the most guesses that are correct, then of course you get to be the one that gets to shoot. Of course, at first I was still thinking maybe there's a chance that there's that's an airsoft gun. No, that was clarified in this episode by Suzui saying that it wasn't, and he almost got his balls shot off. So yeah, I feel sorry for him. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of always just being strung along by Yumiko, and every single time he's thinking, no, we gotta get out of here. We gotta stop this. We can't do this. And the next moment he looks at Yumiko and she's just completely just like, yes, I want this so badly. It's like, oh my gosh, they really are just like each other, and it's pretty damn scary at times. I always love these episodes, this anime in general, for the eyes, and like literally whenever they focus on the eyes, it's honestly so beautiful. Yumiko's eyes in this episode and the student council president's eyes, holy crap, like that's my blue is my favorite color, and that light shade of blue that she has, honestly, it's like pretty mesmerizing. I'm not gonna lie, even when she's pretty damn crazy. Which, yeah, that was the other part of this episode. It wasn't just Midori that was crazy. It wasn't just Yumiko having to deal with crazy. It was also Mary, and obviously Mary wants to get revenge on the student council and everything. And all of a sudden, guess what? Something you completely did not expect. Yeah, we have the student council president asking her to join the student council. Mary, of course, doesn't want to at first, but holy shit, I don't know if you want to say no to the student council president. She's actually pretty scary. I'm not too sure like what's her skill and everything, but obviously she's the one that is in charge of all of the things going on right now. You don't mess with her. And obviously Yumiko wanted to mess with her, but we already know how Yumiko is. She was going to go and challenge the student council president. Midori obviously did not want that. She did not want to lose her toy, and that is of course where we get this damn Saw room. It's literally it's a moment from the movie Saw, one of the movies, obviously. And I was like full on just like, okay, something bad is going to happen. This should not be allowed at the bottom of a school. what the hell, you know? I knew she was crazy, but obviously the rest of them, everyone is pretty damn crazy in this school, especially for allowing this whatever, you know, torture or whatever they do down there. Obviously, like, probably Midori's play zone. She probably brings people down and starts trying to do Russian roulette or whatever this game is that they are playing. And full on, straight off the bat, when they start the game and everything, it looks like they're gonna try. Suzui's gonna try and do some, you know, type of sign and everything with Yumiko, and it does not look good. I'm guessing Yumiko didn't put. The way that it ended, obviously, was Yumiko said, you should not shoot that, you know, pull that trigger. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a bullet in there, and I'm thinking it's because, sure, Midori, you know, she did, of course, put in all freaking 6 bullets in because she's just straight crazy, but Yumiko probably didn't put any bullets in, and probably the chick at the very end is because there are no bullets. So I'm pretty sure first round Yumiko has survived somehow. I'm not too sure what's going on with Midori. She's probably going to be super pissed. Like, literally, that was all luck. There's no other way that they could have been any luckier. Yumiko literally didn't put a bullet in for that chance that she doesn't get shot, because obviously she was it was a bluff. They had no sign as of yet. So holy shit, lucky, I'm pretty sure, but I can't wait to see how the next episodes do go, considering in the next episode there's 2 more rounds, and how long can her luck go? And even if she does survive, will Midori be okay with that? She was already crazy and kind of mad, like, only 3 rounds, what are you trying to do, you know? But holy crap, if there is anyone, if there is any person that can stand up to Midori, besides of course probably the student council president, it would definitely be Yumiko. Like, the whole moment, I would be shitting my pants when they're down to Suzui was like, holy shit, can we get out of here, please? No, I don't want to be here. And Yumiko has this cute face the whole time, pretty much. Like, even Midori's like patting her head and she's all like, I'm like, what the hell? How can you be like that in this case? And then I think back to myself, wait, it's Yumiko. She's pretty damn crazy as well. It makes sense. And then it was also pretty interesting to hear a little bit of her background. Of obviously, she is really rich as well, and she has a sister that's in the hospital. I'm not too sure if that's going to play like a big pivotal role later on in future episodes, but that's an interesting thing to kind of look at her past, that she could really just pay off all of this, but she wants the thrill and wants to go up against the student council president. But of course, you're not going to be able to do that yet. It's probably going to be like the finale, the final episode. She's probably going to have to go against every single other person. And I'm guessing that Mary is probably going to take this. She's probably going to take it. Why do I think that? I don't see a reason besides obviously she does hate him, but maybe she'll think like she can take him down from the inside or something like that. And then somewhere along the way, before, you know, Yumiko gets to go up against the student council president, her final opponent, I bet you it's going to be Mary. That's my guess. That's my guess. Don't take my word on it. If it doesn't happen, don't go like, oh, you stupid idiot, that did not happen at all, okay? It's a guess. It's an educated guess, in my opinion, okay? But yeah, overall, I cannot wait to see how the next episode will go. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So we have a little cut over here, and we'll get on to the episode 7 portion of the review. So in 3, 2, 1... And here we are at the episode 7 portion of the review. I'll be straightforward here. I honestly did not care for this episode as much as I thought it was going to be. In my eyes, it was kind of a disappointment in several ways. The first being that, like, the way at, you know, how I, you know, viewed Midori at first, I was super excited because this was going to be a dang life and death situation. This wasn't like any of the other gambling. Sure, you know, there's a possibility of you losing your nails. Sure, you get into a huge amount of debt. Sure, all these kind of things have been pretty damn crazy, but they're crazy in a good enough way. With Midori, it just felt she was just so crazy. It was so over the top, in my opinion, in certain scenes, that it was more cringy, if anything. And I'm just over here like, what is going on? Like, that is just, she belongs in an insane asylum, to be honest. And then the big part of this, the reason why I love this show, is like when, you know, Yumiko has to figure out how they are cheating, what's going on here, and it's always pretty interesting to see how she figures it out and what type of method these people are using to cheat. but the way that was executed in this one, and I mean it specifically was this way for a reason, was the whole point of Midori. Actually, she didn't care to win. She wanted to lose. She wanted to, have the chance of her dying. She wanted to die, pretty much what was going on here. And at this point, like, the way they did it, it was just like, oh, here, the screens were flipped. That was pretty much it. And she, like, the last round, she purposely tried to lose, And, like, you saw with Yumiko as well. She was pissed off. We've never seen that before. We've never seen where she was pissed like the way she was in this episode, which that's one of the things I did like in this episode, was the various different, facial expressions and emotions that we saw Yumiko go through. We saw, of course, pleasure. We saw, like this, pissed off. And including cutesy moments, I have to say her cutesy face is just, it's just too adorable, honestly. Like that last scene where she was asking him to go to all you can eat dessert place, and she's like, oh, please, and pouting everything. I was like, oh my gosh, Suzui, I can't even blame you. I would full on be like, okay, yeah, let's do it then. I'm okay with that. And I'd probably be like, you know what, no, let's just go. I'll pay for you. But obviously, she probably wouldn't like that because, she loves the thrill of the chance kind of thing instead. Like, at first, he's like, all like, I don't know, I don't have much money. And instantly, boom, after that face, he's like, okay, let's do it. I'd be the same way. Honestly. But yeah, just the way it was executed, it was supposed to be like this, obviously, because that's how Midori's character is. But that's one of the reasons why I didn't care for it as much as I thought I would, The reason why I thought it would be crazy, like I said, it's a life and death situation, but it just didn't pan out the way that made it exciting anyway. It was just more of like, here's Midori, she's putting all 6 bullets in. Here's Yumiko, she's putting no bullets in, until of course the final round, which would have been more exciting for the fact that they both put 2 bullets in. That's what I felt it should have been. Like, it felt like Midori didn't give a crap. It was just a 1 in, it was just a 1 in 2 chance that one of them would end up being killed kind of thing. What I would have wanted is, like, there's a limit. You can't put, this much, but you can't put this little either, which would have made it like each chance that they grab a gun, there is literally a chance one of them could die. That's like Russian roulette, you don't know. But the way they had it was Midori puts all her bullets in one gun, and then Yumiko, except like for the last round, like I said, Yumiko puts none. So it's more of just like, oh, you grab a gun, there's no chance. There's either a for sure chance that you're gonna get shot, or no chance you're gonna get shot. And that's why it kind of just was like, it wasn't as exciting. And the way that they had Midori's character just full on, it was just too much. It was over the top in my opinion, and that's why I didn't care for it. The backstory behind her was pretty interesting, but it wasn't because of her. It was more because it showed more of the student council president. And that's one of the things that I've been, looking forward to, is learning more about her, because she's the one who's orchestrating all this crazy stuff, And obviously that also connects to what's going on with her and Mary currently at the moment as well, which was pretty damn an interesting scene as well to see and learn how pretty much the way she wants everything. There's a different forms of crazy that was shown in this episode. You have the student council president, and then you have Midori. Midori's more of just a chaotic evil. You just don't know what's going on in her head. But with the student council president, the way she thinks of things, the way she's pretty much just playing with everything, and the way she views this, the pet system, and how she's just fighting certain things that she wants to learn and, enjoy of. For one thing, the craziness that we saw in this episode was with her and Midori, and she's full on like, talking about the dang dark side of the moon and how, who knows? We've never seen it. There could be a damn colony on the other side. I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But then she goes up to Midori and says, you know what? For 300 million, how about I take out your eye? Because I've never seen, I wonder what it looks like on the opposite side of your eyeball. What the nerves are connected. Will it hurt? Will it bleed? It's like, are you kidding me? Holy crap. And just her expressions, it isn't like psychomaniac. It's just like, you just see this, you look at her and you're like, holy shit, there's something wrong. And it honestly scares me. It makes it more interesting to learn more about her character. While Midori, she's just flat out crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Every time I see Midori, it just makes me want to just cringe a little at certain scenes. It's like, what the hell, The moment when she gouged her eye, I was just flat out like, oh my gosh, please, no. Are you kidding me? You are crazy. They were gonna surgically remove it, and then obviously she just stabs her eye with the dang pen, and it was just like, okay, yeah, she's crazy. We knew that before already, but there's like a new level of crazy that was shown in this. And this is one of the things that I thought could have been done better as well for the story, is that sure, she could have been crazy before. There's no doubt about that. We could still have her being crazy, just not as crazy as she is now. And I thought the way that, she ended up losing her eye to the student council president was going to be in, maybe them playing this game or playing Russian roulette, and she actually gets shot in the eye. Because yes, there is a chance that you can live when you get shot through the head. Yes, there will be brain damage, but that would make more sense for Midori's character. She's this crazy. She's crazy like this because of the brain damage and everything, and then of course it would still connect to the student council president and all that kind of stuff, but instead she's just always been psycho like the whole time before these events even happen, and it just kind of just makes it so I don't really care for her story, her character. If it was done the other way, like I said, it would have been like, holy shit, okay, she's the way she is because of the dang student council president. And you can kind of say that is in a way how she is, like, right, she acts like now and everything, because she says that the only person that she wants is the student council president, to which she won't give her what she wants, so that's why she goes after Yumiko. But it's just not enough for me, and it made, like, instead more of the times I'm just like hand on my face, just like, oh, are you kidding me? Really? Is this how you're gonna do her character, But overall, I don't know. It was, like I said, there were still some good parts. I still liked some of the parts that when, Yumiko, for example, is like, she knew there was no bullets in the gun because of the weight distribution. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. The lipstick part, I gotta say, isn't really, because that part, the first part, honestly, still went down to straight up chance. There was still a chance Yumiko could have been killed. Sure, when the gun came out, she was like, okay, I'm fine. There's lipstick on there. But the lipstick didn't have anything to do like it would stop the bullet or anything. So overall, it still didn't really care for that part as much, though she could have been lying for all we know. Like, there could have been a bullet in there and she stopped her from shooting it still yet, but overall, I gotta say that there were scenes, like I said before, that I did enjoy, and there were scenes that I really did not, care for at all. The whole scene with the student council president, all the scenes and stuff contributing to her were pretty damn interesting, and it connects to, what's going to be coming next with Mary, and how she of course did decline, and how, Yumiko is not the only one gunning for the top. They have their different reasons. Yumiko, she obviously, we all know why she wants to go ahead and, go against the student council president and everything, but with Mary it's kind of different. She pretty much wants a more, she thinks that the pet system is wrong, which is kind of ironic, honestly, I'm not going to lie, because of the way she treated Suzui when he was, he was her pet and everything. I don't know, it's kind of ironic, because yeah, like, she's kind of a hypocrite in that way, that I guess, when it does happen to you, then you see it differently and everything, like, oh, my world is flipped upside down, this is actually horrible. And I guess that does make sense. That does happen to a lot of people. They don't really change. They see something differently only after it's affected them as well. But still, it was kind of funny to see her talking how it's wrong that, how the pet system shouldn't be, enacted, and everything should be not enacted, but it shouldn't be a thing. So I thought, like, I don't know about that. You were kind of enjoying it when Suzui was your pet. But yeah, whatever on that part. But it's interesting because, obviously Mary is pissed. She doesn't like being looked down upon. The student council president full on is doing that. And she wants to, of course, stop the student council. So it should be interesting to see how they both connect in a way. Obviously, they are already friends in a way, even though Mary probably would want to decline that, say no to that. But, it should be interesting to see how these next battles will go, because it seems that it will not only just be Yumiko going against the student council president as we have seen so far. It's probably going to be Yumiko goes against these certain people and Mary goes against these certain people, and maybe like the finale will be Yumiko and Mary going up against the student council president. all three of them gambling, and that's probably going to be pretty damn hyped up. Like, I'm probably going to really, like, I'm super excited to see if that really does happen sometime in the future, because come on, those are pretty much like the three main people. Mary and of course, you know, Yumiko are the main characters, along with Suzui as well, but you know, whatever. That's one thing. Actually, let me get onto that, is that I actually like this episode a little bit more because they added more. Suzuki had more of an impact in this episode than the other ones. They were showing more of a showing of him just being tagged along and actually having a significant role in this episode, with him, you know, having to figure out what he should do, how he should flip these cards, how he should put them here, showing a different side. Like, more normally it's more of him just worried, but it's more of he's worried because of it's his actions that can change the events of what's going on here, you know. And that part I actually did like. And this is where I'm going to ask you guys a question, because I did not really understand it. If this, of course, does spoil me in any way, please just don't answer the question. But if it doesn't have anything to do with anything in the future that will spoil me, feel free to explain this, because I didn't really understand what was going on when Yumiko asked, you know, Suzui at the very end, the whole thing with how he ended up choosing, you know, what his decisions were and everything. It ended up being like he was like scratching his head. He's like, oh, I didn't really know what to do. It was more like, it seemed like, I guess she was happy because, you know, he had faith in what, you know, she knew how he would think and everything, in that since he had no idea, maybe she would think that way too. And maybe that's why I'm thinking she was happy because, you know, he had faith in her. Or is it some other thing, like maybe some crazy, you know, oh my gosh, the thrill of it, he had no idea what he was doing, and that's what excited her. I'm not really too sure. I didn't really understand that part. So if you can explain that to me without spoiling obviously anything, feel free to comment below, because that part was kind of confusing in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. But overall, like I said, the episode, while there were some good parts here and there, it was definitely, overall, in my opinion, the gambling part was kind of a disappointment, when considering I was pretty hyped up to see this life and death battle. But since we already had a life and death battle, it's got me pretty excited to see what's going to happen next with the other people. How will these next few gambling battles go? What will be, you know, the crazy shit going on there? Hopefully it will be a lot better than this one. As I said before, I didn't really care too much for it, but yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. So after, you know, I'll have a little cut here and we'll get on to the episode 8 portion review. So in 3, 2, 1, and here we are at the episode 8 portion of the review. I'm going to be honest here, guys. I actually really did not care for this episode. It was pretty damn boring for a majority of the first half. I would have to say that the most exciting thing for me in this episode was the whole aspect of why the student council president is leaving. Like, why is she leaving? You know, that part actually got me pretty interested, and I'm expecting some pretty dang interesting things to happen during this time, but more after this idol arc thing that goes on. It gives you a lot of questions, like why is she acting, why is she leaving and everything. It was pretty crazy to see how after she leaves, without having that authoritative figure, the student council is pretty much, they're all just doing their own thing. You have the second years planning pretty much to like uprise and take control of the student council, using this you know for an advantage for themselves. You have the one girl that always, you know, has a lollipop playing games and stuff. You have her sabotaging another member, you know, when they're going up against Yumiko. It's kind of confusing. And that one girl, I forget if she's the vice president or something, but the aide to the student council president, she just completely does not know what to do at all. I mean, when, you know, the student council president was leaving, she was like pretty much like, no, you can't leave, this is not gonna work. She was pretty much panicking, you know. And holy crap, at first it seems like, you know, the student council president's like full on like, you know, no, I believe it, you can do this, you'll be fine. It's like, oh, okay, so she believes in her. And then after, it's like, why don't you just shut up, you're irritating, is pretty much what she says after that. And I was just like, damn, okay, yeah, that was pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie. And those parts were pretty damn interesting. I actually that's got me pretty excited to see what's gonna happen with the student council president, what she's planning. Is this all part of her plan for this to happen? And like, how will the student council, you know, we've already seen a little bit one episode of, you know, how they will end up, you know, how they end up acting without the president being there. But I can't wait to see how they continuous for this to happen. Like, how long will the student council president be gone, and how long will the student council last without her being there, you know? And that was the interesting parts. The rest of the episode, it just felt so, I don't know, it just was super boring. Even the whole thing with, how this idol thing is going to work, it did not excite me like the rest of, the other matchups that we've had so far. And I just can't help but, look at this, and sure, it's only be two, only been 2 episodes. I'm not going to just jump on the train and say, oh my gosh, downward trend, this show is over kind of thing. But these last 2 episodes, I really have not liked them at all, honestly. And just the way that this whole thing went, where I was super excited for how the last arc was gonna go. The last 2 episodes, I thought it was gonna be really good. The whole thing with a life and death situation is not just about money; it's literally their lives on the line and everything. And honestly, that kind of ended up disappointing me with the execution of it all, with how crazy Midari went. It was just too over the top, and I was just like, what the hell's going on? And even this is another thing too that I'm kind of worried about how this idol thing will end up turning out, is the fact that the cheating in the last arc, with how Midari did, it was just a screen flipped, and how she ended up just wanting to lose, it didn't really make up what I expected it to be, and I was kind of disappointed. And this is how I feel also with, how the hell can this idol thing work? I'm guessing the gambling is that they're, going to be gambling on whose performance is going to be better than the other. But I just don't see it being that, like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? Like, how are they even gonna cheat to make one person better than the other? I'm guessing there's gonna be singing and dancing. And hey, I do like, idol animes, and when there's an idol in an anime, I love it. The music can actually be really damn enjoyable. And I'm not gonna lie, Yumiko in her idol outfit was damn cute. She was adorable. I loved it, but I just can't see it. It just feels like it completely changes who Yumiko is. Like, this is not the persona and not how I, envision her whenever I watch the show. It feels like it's just a completely flipped around situation. And honestly, besides the fact that yes, she is cute, and she definitely, does a great job with that look and everything. And hey, maybe she'll sing great, and maybe we'll get a cool performance of her singing and dancing, but it's not that same gambling feeling that I've seen so far. Hey, I could be completely wrong. I was super excited for the last arc, and then it ended up not being what I expected. Maybe me hating this arc so much, maybe the beginning is bad, but after this, the execution and everything will be like 10 times better, like stuff that I did not expect at all. Maybe then I will actually really like the episode. Who the hell knows, honestly, with how things go. Sometimes you can have one moment it looks like an anime or anything is on a downward trend, and then the next moment it's like, boom, holy crap, that was one of the best episodes I've ever seen. So I'm not going to completely say that this series is gone for, but with how the last 2 episodes went, and with my expectations kind of being low at the moment for this next episode, it doesn't look good, in my opinion. At least I'm still excited that I think it can get better after this. There's still a lot of interesting things and crazy stuff that went on in this episode with the whole student council part of it. But for this idol arc, I just don't really care for it. Seeing the girl Yumime, I think her name was, she literally, it was enjoyable to see Yumiko just see right through her immediately from the start and pretty much blackmail her in a way. That part was pretty damn cool. And like I said, one of the things I always love about this show is the facial expressions, and holy shit, her facial expression was just damn scary. And I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, you should have known that was how it's going to be, that she's not going to be a nice idol like you think. She's going to have some crazy side to her. And yeah, everyone in the student council, or like maybe even everyone in that school, almost everyone at least, is just damn crazy, honestly. So I mean, that expectation was met, at least, and there was also the whole thing with Sumeragi, I think that's her name, the other girl, the whole nail girl, crazy nail girl thing. She ends up wanting to partner up with Yumiko, and she's helping them out as well. So like I said, I was really excited to see how Mary will work with that and everything with him, with her, I mean Yumiko, and then of course what's it called, Suzui, and then obviously now with her as well. It should definitely be an interesting aspect to see how the next, after this idol thing will work. Will we have team kind of battles or something along those ways? It could get pretty interesting like that, since they are a group now, so it could be like a group battle kind of thing. That would be a pretty cool group gambling of some sorts. I'm still not too sure what the other people will be, but honestly, like I thought when I first saw the group and everything, I wasn't really excited to see what this idol thing was going to be. This could be completely, change my mind in the next episode, but at the moment, my expectations are not too high for this episode overall. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. I know that the last two, episodes 7 and 8, I was kind of honestly, talking a lot of the bad things in these episodes. There were some good things, but in my opinion, it was probably the worst episodes of the season so far. And I'm hoping that it gets better. I'm not saying that like this is done for forever, but with how things have gone, I'm not expecting too much for this next episode. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say. I hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If anything is, and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, feel like, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How do you feel about these past few episodes? Like I said, I was actually, I enjoyed episode 6. Episode 7, definitely did not like the execution of everything. There were some interesting things, some cool things, like the backstory and everything, but I didn't really care for much of that episode. And then this episode, honestly, as well, the student council part was interesting, but the rest of it was kind of more on the bland side, and I wasn't really excited to see what was going to happen like I normally do with these episodes, to see what the next competition kind of thing will be. If you agree, disagree, whatever you guys want to say, it's always awesome to hear your guys' thoughts as well. Feel free to comment below. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So till next time, see ya.